because it's a great mix of NRL and Championship players and Super League players. Players out onto the ground. Siosiwa Tokiaho with the honour of skippering Tonga. Jason Taumalolo on the suspended list. And what an honour for Reece Martin to lead out Papua New Guinea. A star with the Leeds Rhinos all the way to the grand final this year. There he is, Reece Martin. His goal kicking could be so crucial if tonight is a tight match. Pre-match, the anthems. We will be right with the Tongan players as they have their war cry, the Sipi Tau pre-match. And then, I guess I can put it this way, we get it on between these two sides. Get ready for the hits, folks. Get ready for the hits.
That is one way of describing it, Vossi. I can guarantee you one thing from today's game. There'll be 34 sore bodies come tomorrow morning.
As we scan along the Tongan side, 3 State of Origin representatives on their bench. James Graham with me in commentary, Jenna Brooks on the sideline. We stand by for the national anthems. Now for the national anthem of Tonga. The countdown to kick-off continues here at Adelaide Wicket Stadium.
Yeah, got your band, yeah.
And this is one of 3 World Cup games that will be played at this venue. Tonga and Wales, and Australia and Italy due to clash here. We actually played a World Cup game back in 2013 at this ground. It was a terrible weather night. Australia took on Fiji. The Aussies winning 34 points to 2 on that occasion. So the second World Cup game at this venue. The first ever match played here was in 2012, so relatively new stadium. Now we stand by for one of the highlights of the first week of the World Cup. The first time we get to see the Sipi Tau of the Tongans.
Moi tangi! Go! Hoka! Teu matema Tonga! Tonga! Tau kautoa! Kau pe tak toka toa! Tau ke tau flow! Ha! Tau fesi! Moaki! Oto! Fetau! Tau malai! Ai malai! Tau fek! Ai fek! Tau ke toa! Tau malai! Ha! Tuana malai! Tau malai! Tusira! Pakate! Tau ke tuana! Tuana toa!
As we've heard from Jason Taumalolo before about the honour of leading the Sipi Tau, and Siasiwa Tokiaho getting the honour there. Some of the translation of the words is fight well, be strong, fight hard, be firm. So you could say them fighting words, and they awaken the gods and they're ready to go.
Oh, they sure are. That, make no mistake about that, Bossy. I've had the honour and the privilege to face that down, and it takes nerves of steel not to blink, and that's what will have been going through the Papua New Guinea players' minds. It's you've got to fight fire with fire, and you look into the eyes of the Tongan nation and just get ready for that battle.
So this is quite a mix between very experienced players. There's some youngsters there. Katoa wearing jumper 24 in the halves, just 18 years of age, hasn't played in the NRL. Young Tolu Kola at fullback, a Manly Warringah Seagull this year, coming off his rookie season. This is an enormous honour and thrill for them to be playing tonight.
Of course it is, Vossi. You know, we'll touch a lot on the Tongan forward pack, but I'm really excited to see how young Katoa goes as a star in the Penrith Juniors. Big future expected to him. Excited to see what he brings on the international stage.
James signed by Wayne Bennett, no less, for the Dolphins in their first year in the NRL next year. One of their first signings.
One of their very first signings. So, you know, make no mistake, he's a very good judge of character. Penrith were filthy at letting him go. He perhaps felt his opportunities to come through and play in the halves there were limited. That's why he's gone to the new franchise system in the Dolphins.
It must be a very interesting... And Christian Wall's full of praise. I mean, he loves this place. This is home away for home for him. He will also be part of the Dolphins fold next year, and Fuifu Moi Moi is in the crowd tonight. I tell you what, there's a great group around this Tongan squad. How good is it to see the one and only Conrad Hurrell? I mean, one of the great characters of our game. He'd be fantastic to be in squad with. Look, this could be their year. This could be their World Cup.
Well, mate, if you look at the progression of this Tongan team over the past couple of seasons, past couple of years, obviously going to semi-final in the World Cup, a try away from reaching the final. They've beaten Great Britain, they've beaten Australia, they've beaten New Zealand in that past World Cup, and Christian Wolff is a winner. He knows how to win. He's won 3 back-to-back-to-back championships at the Super League at St. Helens. He's a born winner.
Won their warm-up game against France last week, 48 points to 12. David Fafita a hat-trick in that match. We will see him come off the bench tonight. If you haven't seen him in the flesh before, get ready for a show tonight. Liam Moore is referee. The feeling is we're in for something special. There's nowhere on the planet I would rather be tonight than St. Helens. It is Tonga and Papua New Guinea. The show gets underway, and the first hit up of the match. The front rowers are Fanua Blake to Tola. I mean, you're talking about outstanding contributors for their side. Tola was, in fact, the South Sydney Rabbitohs Player of the Year, and here he is in the starting side for Tonga. Now, they have come as a force when you look at World Cups past. 2017, they're coming of age. Fanua Blake with a problem. Suggestion of a crusher tackle of sorts. He has stayed on his haunches. PNG defenders a little nonplussed by it.
Yeah, he just gets stuck in an awkward position there. It doesn't look too serious. One of those burner-style tackles where you don't really have anywhere to put your head, and the pressure down on the back of the neck, it does burn, but it looks like Fanua Blake is okay to continue on.
Pappy and Wellington Albert involved in the tackle. So it's a fearsome front row too for Papua New Guinea. I saw Sylvester Namo. They played a mid-year test, Papua New Guinea. Very impressive in beating Fiji. That was in Australia. They played a mid-year test. Here's Kafusi for Tonga. Internationals for both Australia and Tonga for Felice Kafusi, and plenty of state of origin in his time with Queensland. Lula here slipping a little on the kick, and it goes left turn over the sideline. He's almost got an accidental 40-20. He's finished just short of the 20.
Yeah, almost Fossey, but I've got to give credit there to the PNG's defence. They're limiting this very strong Tongan forward pack to only 40 metres in their opening set. That's outstanding commitment to defence from the Papua New Guinean players.
Back. Okay, mate.
So if you're just joining us, disappointing news for Papua New Guinea not to have Xavier Coates on show. He would have been playing left wing. Bit of pressure on Daniel Russell out on that side. We'll see him come into the game. He's opposed to Sione Katoa, one of the best finishers in the NRL with the Cronulla Sharks club. So here is Papua New Guinea, 15 metres inside their own half, and pushed along by Jacob Arlick. He's wearing the 13 for Papua New Guinea, out of the Gold Coast Titans club in Australia. And on the run as well, and they get the first penalty for their side tonight.
Couple of nice touches from Arlick there. Nice little lay-off forward ball there. And then just using that support to get forward, and wins his side a penalty with some nice little footwork, and as Takiaho takes him round the chops.
So we have these stories right across the World Cup for a player like Arlick. I mean, this is the biggest game of his life tonight that you're watching. Hasn't played NRL. Played in that mid-year test, but now here he is at a World Cup.
Move now!
30 metres away from the line. The first attacking opportunity of the match. And the footwork you're seeing there from Wellington. Albert with the offload, and Papi with the juggling trick there. Albert, good form for the London Broncos. Arlick pushing along. That is Sylvester Namo. He described the mid-year test this year as the greatest week of his life. A number of them did. Papi takes them to the right side. Lamb doesn't find the mark with a pass. Lamb and Labert, the halves for Papua New Guinea. Johnston to play it. We get to examine the Tongan goal line defence early. Arlick able, there's an offload there. Lamb out the back. Now for Russell. First opportunity. And Katoa denied him, but they got a penalty anyway for an old-fashioned shepherd play. But that was quite the chance there.
Yeah, it's great attack from this Papua New Guinean team from the Cummels there, and it's that man Arlick again getting the ball to the key players, and it's close in that corner, but unfortunately a penalty given away from the Cummels there for the shepherd, like you say, Vossi.
Lead runner crashing into a Tongan defender, and referee Moore was right beside it. He didn't need any video referee assistance.
Isn't that great to see the referee making the decision on the fly, Vossi? What we want to see from our match officials.
Oh, the ball lost there by Totola. Heavy traffic. The defence of Papua New Guinea, Wellington Albert, was in the tackle. And now they're 30 metres away with a full set. Russell's coming off the left wing. There it was. Nice shot. Well done, Wellington. Now Labert on to Johnston, stepping in front of Moses Suli. Just 11 metres away from the line. Johnston, 30 tries, back-to-back seasons for South Sydney in the NRL. What a record. With Lamb squaring them up. Olam's got another opportunity. A bloke who will run through a brick wall more than once. You don't have to ask him. Nixon put down 10 metres away in the Kafusi tackle. Papi throws a very flat ball for Albert. Sustained attack here for Papua New Guinea. They'll do well to hang on, the Tongans. Papi goes to the right side. Labert, the short pass is a beauty. Reece Martin, the Leeds Rhino, scores to try. Have a look at the reaction of the Cummels. First try, 5 minutes gone, and Reece Martin has it on the board.
Yeah, the captain for the Cummels, Vossi, goes over for the first try, but put this work down to Apape out of dummy half. He's looked very dangerous in the opening 5 minutes of this game. Every time he has an opportunity, he's asking questions of the markers and A defenders of the Tongan team. He did that again. It's a beautiful short ball, and Reece Martin crashes over. What a start to this game for the Cummels.
And what you see there, James, too, Reece Martin, you know, accomplished player, running at the rookie. The 18-year-old half is there, suddenly finds himself defending one-on-one with an incredibly damaging edge-back rower and wasn't up to the task. Well done, Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, it's outstanding stuff. Twice they've come to this left-hand side. Vossi not given the result, but they go to the right-hand side, and it's a short crash ball as opposed to trying to go round this team. We'll expect to see more of that this evening.
And here is Reece Martin. Well, in Australia, we talk a lot about the commentator's curse. I don't even want to talk up his goal kicking, but let's just say he's kicked his last 38 and hasn't missed one since July. And let's just leave it at that. Good luck, Reece. 17 metres out for a 6-0 lead off the back of his own try. Not even the commentator's curse can beat him. He's an all-time champion. 6-0 scoreline, and they're cheering everywhere across Port Moresby and Goroka right now.
Won't there be some party over there, Vossi? Wow, for anybody that's never visited the country of Papua New Guinea, they are rugby league mad. They love this sport. The only nation in the world where rugby league is the national sport, Vossi. I love my time over there.
So Tonga off the boot of Tui Lolohea. They know they're in for a game, the Tongans. They may start favourites. But as the saying goes here across the UK, the only thing that looks good on paper is fish and chips. And Papua New Guinea won't care about the reputations of some of the players they're opposing. They've got bulging scrapbooks, some of these Tongans.
And that's a great start for the set after points. A beautiful little offload, and they're up to the 40-metre line already on tackle 2. Great start from the Cummels.
Yeah, the run from Roderick Tai out on that right wing. One of the less credentialed PNG players. Playing outside of Nene McDonald tonight. Through the centre they go with Namo. It's an old-fashioned platform that Namo and Albert are laying at the moment, and I've got an old front rower next to me in James Graham, liking what he sees. Labert's a beautiful kicker of the football, and that first kick down the throat of Daniel Tupou, and Tonga have the ball 10 metres out from their own line.
No doubt about it, the Cummels with a better start to the game. Great defensively in that opening set, and we see the contrast to that. The Cummels then come down the field, march down the field up to their own 60. They get in a great kick, and they've pinned the Tongan teams in their own half.
Sully on the run there for the Tongans. A couple of the backline stars suffered injuries, didn't finish the season in the NRL. Sully out at left centre and Katoa on the right wing, but here they are at the World Cup, back 100% fit. Lolohea for Kohler. Now this boy can run. That's Penasini with the ball. The fullback Tolu Kohler is up with the quickest players in the competition back in Australia. Back for Lolohea. A kick from the 40, didn't get a big piece of it, but it went like a magnet there to Tai. Tell me he's a university graduate in science, James. Not something I'm, I'd probably not go there. I don't want to challenge him to a quiz of any kind.
My dad's
smart for a winger, James.
It is. My dad's a science teacher, and it obviously didn't run in the family, so credit to him.
3 metres inside the Tongan half. Pepe, there's a specialist try scorer too, the number 9 for Papua New Guinea. Johnston into the play.
I'm really liking what Apape's bringing out of dummy half. That's a great focal point of their attack from the Cummels so far in this game.
Yes, the Lee Centurions well represented tonight here in this World Cup game. Championship winners. Last tackle, PNG. Lamb on the left side. Olam's got another chance. Oh! It is just a hand on it from Katoa, has saved a try. It's not quite the Maradona hand of God, but it's pretty handy for Tonga there.
Yeah, there was just no pressure on Lamb whatsoever, and he was just allowed to move to the left-hand side of the field, Vossi, which created the overlap, and it's a huge play from Katoa. If he doesn't come up with that play, it's try time for sure over on this left-hand side of the field.
Couple of close calls so far for Russell. We said there's a bit of pressure on him. He'd be nervous out on the left wing. It's quite a challenge for him. And Katoa comes up with a big play there. And here goes the Kummel. The Kummel's now just 2 metres away from the line. The offload again. This left side is dangerous. Nixon put right on the goal line.
Move now, clear the rock. Oh.
Relentless pressure from PNG. Apape has dived. He's gone low and has lost the ball. We told you he's a try scorer. One stage this year, James, he scored in 9 games straight at Lee.
Oh, that's so close. That's so close, but again, I've got to give credit to the match official for making the call, keeping the game flowing. But that's a warning sign to the Tongans. They're allowing the offload. The Kummels now, it's 3 or 4 offloads already in this piece, which is unusual to begin a game. You would think the defense of the Tongan team would be looking to emphasize stopping that offload. They've got a couple in there now. Pepe, he's had a great start to this game, and he's gone so close. A game of inches, as they say, Vossi.
And now Sully, damaging run, trampling run up the middle.
Nice and quick, come on.
This time with Fanua Blake. Offload.
Beautiful hands there from Keon Kolomatangi.
South Sydney Rabbitoh in the ranks of the forward pack of Tonga, alongside that man Totola. Lovely hands there from Kohler along the line. Now Tupou. We call him the giraffe. Down the left side for Tonga. 21 metres away from the line. High ball for Katoa. Back in with Totola. And now Tonga 15 metres out from the Papua New Guinea line. Last tackle, Katoa. Lolahia, the grubber. He threaded the needle. Johnston is with it and scrambles back to the field of play.
That's a great chase from Penasini as well. He does so well to get out there, Alex Johnson. But take nothing away. That was a great set from Tonga. They found their groove, haven't they, Vossi?
It is an eye-opener for players that come from Australian shores. They see the little in goal, so it's quite a challenge to position it. Lolahia knows all about them, but players like Kyle Labert were getting their first look at in goals this small tonight. You do have to adjust things. Olam playing a leadership role. He doesn't have the C next to his name, but Justin Olam is very much a leader in this Papua New Guinea side. Lamb's kick, fielded by Kohler. And showing us his speed, Tolu Kohler. Beautiful footwork, then offloads, long ball pass. It's into the arms of Will Penasini. Well, you see one of the young stars on show at the World Cup. Tolu Kohler, 1 year in the NRL. On the test stage, he does that, and he brings the crowd to their feet.
Yeah, Vossi, that try is all about Kohler, but it's built off the back of the strong, aggressive defence from the Tongan forward pack. Really limited the metres of the PNG players coming out of trouble there. They got great kick pressure from Siwa Takiaho, and Kohler catches the ball on the full, and with a guy with this sort of pace, you cannot let him run. It's a great play on play 0 for him to look up to the line, see a slight gap. If you're not connected, a kid like that is going to punish you, and he does it on the first opportunity he's been given in this evening's game. Great work from the Manly superstar, Kohler.
There was a little groan on the last pass. I'm happy to live with it. But the work of Kohler, get to know this kid. He comes out of well, it's actually a rugby background, one of the colleges in Australia, Newington College. Now, just 3 years ago, for the 100 metres in that school competition, he ran 10.58 for the 100 metres. So that's without a football under his arm, James.
Mate, he's not
you
that
can't do that in a car, James.
Hey, drive safe, Vossi, you know. Mate, that's almost going to the Olympics sort of stuff, isn't it? If you dedicate your life to running the 100 metres, if you're clocking up 10.5 at college, get yourself to the Olympic Games, pal.
6 tries in 20 games he scored for Manly this year. Over to young Katoa with the goal-kicking duties. So in Australia, he played in the under-21s this year for the Penrith Panthers and was a grand final hero. Kicked a field goal to win the grand final. And here he is with his first kick. He's got his first World Cup points. And it is a 6-all scoreline. Tonga and Papua New Guinea. And Christian Wolf will feel like they've passed an examination. I know they conceded one try, but they've shown resilience. And now they come back with a strike of their own.
Yeah, they needed to get back into this game. It was a huge let-off, and hey, they didn't look at that. They just moved on. They got through, and like I say, Vossi, the important thing is that try was built off their defense. So they know the lesson there, and they've got to focus on their defense side of things, because if not, they'll bring PNG straight back into this game.
Ball bouncing up for another one of the Manly Warringah players in the Tongan side. That is Homoli Olakoatu there.
Such a good player, Olakoatu, isn't he, Vossi? He's had a sensational season over there at the Manly Seagulls. What a back rower he is.
There is an absolute arsenal of weapons they can use in attack. The Tongan side. As Katoa throws the ball, cops the hit. Kafusi in support. Again, highlighting the depth in this Tongan squad. They have 3 players of State of Origin quality on their bench. That's quite incredible. And just like that, the Tongans are inside the 30, taking off Kaloa Matangi, able to offload. And now, all of a sudden, it is sustained attack from the Tongans. Kaloa Matangi is a stopgap dummy half. Katoa with a kick. Here comes Tupou! And the leap there. The ball is still alive for Kafusi. They get away with it, Papua New Guinea, but that's going to be a battle for Roderick Tai out on that right wing against the flying Daniel Tupou.
Yeah, tough task for anybody going up against Daniel Tupou, one of the best in the world under the high ball, especially in attack. What a weapon he is. We see that time and time again, week in and week out for the Sydney Roosters. But South Sydney fans, do not adjust your sets. Keon Kaloa Matangi is playing in the dummy half despite having the 12 on his back. He is the starting hooker for this Tongan team.
He's an edge. I've never even seen him fill in for a tackle at South Sydney.
Well, when you've got Damien Cook there, I don't think you do, but it is strange to see, isn't it?
So here's the Tongans, right-hand side. Lola here they go again. Kola loses the ball. It was stripped away. And referee Moore says play on.
Kola would like that one back. The overlap was created there, Vossi. All he had to do was pass the ball.
James Graham, expert commentary tonight on this World Cup clash. By the end of tomorrow night, all 16 teams will have played their first match. Wales and Cook Islands in action tomorrow night. They're in the same group as these two sides. That time Wellington Albert with another run. So this is a tough set for Papua New Guinea. But thankful to have ball in hand. 18.5 minutes has just flown by here. They're in St Helens tonight. Last tackle and only getting as far as the 30. Labert with his kick under some pretty serious pressure from Kaloa Matangi. And back comes Kola.
They've made a real emphasis on that, haven't they, Vossi? The kick pressure from the Tongans. When they've got the Cummels pinned in their own half, they're not letting them off. They're going after that kicker and making life very difficult for them to clear their lines.
He's got a big boot on him, Kyle Labert. He can put up those spiral bombs as well. Let's hope they get in position to test out the Tongans with that. Right now it's the Tongans on top. Siwa Tokioho with that run. He is Super League bound next year. 4 tackles up here. Right-hand side Lawler here. Olakoatu with an offload. Was that off the leg or the hand? They may challenge it if they think it's off the boot. Kohler up in the line, but he says no, folks. Apologies. I don't think they're going to put the offload away, though. I know there's a mistake, James, but I think that is one of their key components.
No, absolutely, Vossi, and those are the type of the plays that you want to encourage your players to come up with. When you've got strike weapons like Olakoatu over on this right-hand side, like on the other side, Felice Kafusi, That's something that you want to look to play for. The execution in that on that time was poor, but it's still a play that the Tongans will look to execute better and strike points and try scoring opportunities from all afternoon and throughout the whole tournament as well.
Papua New Guinea back in possession. Twice they have made the quarterfinals of the World Cup, but never any further. Back in 2000, they made it when the Cup was hosted over here, and most recently in 2017, where they got to play matches in their home country. What an event that was. Lamb, left side, Johnston, Olam now, taking on defenders. Olam's pass knocked down by Olakoatu. The Tongans have the ball back. But the NRL threats in the back line were on show there, Johnston and Olam.
Yeah, linking up together well again, coming to this left-hand side of the field, the Cummels. I thought Justin Olam, as he steps inside there, we've seen him do this for the Melbourne Storm and just put the ball to the boot and get his chasers to try and get the try. That time he elected to pass, but the Tongan player was there to knock the ball down and regain possession for his team.
Sione Katoa on that run for Tonga. Well, I think the match is living up to everything we expected. Yes, there's been a few errors, but the competitive nature of it is certainly on show. Lolohea to halfway. The Huddersfield Giant on show. Now Kaloa Matangi. And, that might have been forward to forward, as in forward pass there. Double up. Now Kaloa Matangi. And Katoa with a kick. Johnston at the back. Here comes Tupou. Doesn't really challenge for it. Played the man and not the ball.
But again, the Tongan team turning over the ball on their terms, very deep in the corners of the Papua New Guinean half. A very difficult task now to get out of your own end, and we've already seen the damage that Kola and his back three can do. I expect to see more of this pressure from the Tongan team.
And keeping it straightforward in coming away from their 20-metre zone. Lamb's done a good job so far in the 7. He goes into dummy half that time. Last tackle it is, but again kicking from inside their own half, and Lamb is an acting half option that time. Kola is with it, getting plenty of touches. He's got his own little highlights reel so far in the first half. Tolu Kola.
That was better from the Cummels. The kick chase was in one line. That's how you deal with someone with such pace.
Play on, play on.
Toa got the quick play the ball, and just like that now Tupou up over halfway.
Back up, back.
And 3 tackles. They've got themselves in attacking position again. 6-all scoreline. Penasini and Reece Martin, the try scorers. Scooped up by Totola. Good defence by Labert. Kaloa Matangi again. And Siosiwa Tokiaho, he's always got the footwork. Last tackle, Tonga, Katoa, Lolohea. Little two-step, the kick again, and Johnston. Beautifully positioned, attacking the football.
Yeah, that's a great kick from Lolohea, isn't it? As he looks to pass, he just drops the ball, and all of a sudden it's on the boot, and again Vossing. The Cummels coming out of their own end. Oh, didn't they need that?
Yes, we can hear or feel the exhaling of breath from the Papua New Guinea camp there. Relieved to get the penalty.
That's the first penalty of the afternoon or the evening, if I'm correct, Vossi. And the Cummels needed that. They were again coming out of their own end. The Tongan team just ready to fly off the line, play with aggression, lots of big hits. But it just let them down. They were just slightly in front of the referee, knocked back to 10 metres.
Well, they've made their first change for the night to the Cummels.
Move back to
It's nerve-wracking for bench players, isn't it, when they're waiting for their turn to get into the game, and so it is there with Kevin Appo. In fact, it's Mackenzie Yeh who's come onto the field. He took that run. We got to see Mackenzie mid-year. He's got a big hit in him. Mackenzie Yeh for PNG. This time with Arlick. Labert now. And Lamb, the 6 and the 7, combining. Johnston, Katoa again. Oh, he's dirty. He got a good piece of that. He got 2 hands to that.
Yeah, that was close, wasn't it, for the intercept? But again, we see this.
Shot clock on.
Again, we see the Kummel side come to the left-hand side, create a 3-on-2. And Katoa, he needed to make a play at that ball, otherwise it's try time. If it gets into the arms of Russell there, a few times we've seen them, the PNG clearly identifying either a weakness in the Tongan right edge, or it's just their go-to side with players that have the strike power of Olam.
Tony Katoa out on right wing. He was the Tongans' lone try scorer when they played the mid-year test against New Zealand. Ball held at the back of the scrum and laboured. They try and work numbers right. Johnston with a fend on Sully. Play one is 21 metres from the line. Loving the involvement of the headline acts in the Papua New Guinea side. They are getting plenty of touches. Johnston has been very good. And now across the left, and Lamb and Johnston there again. Olam positions Russell. That is clinical from Papua New Guinea. Working a play, left side. Again the celebrations. They'll check it with a video referee. It looked okay. They want to just check the sideline. This could be a quick one for our video referee.
I think so, Vossi.
Video referee to match director. There is an on-field decision of a try. Can we please check all available angles for the touchline, please, and then through to grounding.
Nick Thaler is our video referee. That is the voice you were hearing.
So players in possession of the ball. It's still in the field of play. Still in the field of play. Oh, can we just go back, please? We're looking at his left leg, and if we can go on from here. Pause it there, please. Thank you. I have seen all the available angles I need, and I have now made my decision.
Yes. Was it the video referee said, "Ooh"?
Correct.
In Thaler, once it was like a surprise. It was like when you go into the bathroom on the plane and the light comes on.
Vossi,
on the line.
Russell doing no favours for the winger brigade. Seriously, as a forward, there's some stern words need to be had. That is...
He's not a regular winger, James. I will defend him to a point. Has played a bit of centre, but he's stopgap. This would have been where Xavier Coates is playing tonight. Xavier Coates scores for sure, with greatest of respect.
Absolutely he does. But again, the Kummel's coming to this left-hand side. They seem to have the wood over the Tongan team when they shift the ball to the left-hand side, creating plenty of opportunities. There wasn't much on then. You've got to give credit to Olam, who creates something out of nothing on a 2-on-2. But Russell, at this level, Vossi, surely has to finish those tries if the Kummels are any chance of the victory in this game here today.
The penalty goes the way of Tonga. Daniel Russell out on the left wing. His dad, Mark, born in Papua New Guinea. A lot of his junior football in regional Queensland in Australia. So this is a big defensive set for Papua New Guinea. They've got to overcome the disappointment of thinking they were going to be in front 10 or 12-6.
Yeah, you need a response here, don't you, Vossi? Disappointing to give away the penalty. Must respond in defence now.
30 away from the line, and the quickest way from A to B is straight up the middle. Fanua Blake carts it to within 15 of the line. So they're putting on some serious attack now. Yet another chance to fire a shot at the Papua New Guinea defence. Fanua Blake will play it this time. Sony Luke is out there as dummy half, a more accomplished dummy half. Pedicini, their try scorer. They're 10 from the line, and contingent of Tongan supporters right in front of them. Tokiaho almost sliding his way through there. Luke, Katoa, the back, and Lola here kept it alive. Kohler's got another opportunity. Left foot kick, Russell's knocked it back. They get out of jail there, Papua New Guinea.
Russell needed that for his teammates, didn't he? He bombed the try earlier. The play was on, but Russell comes up with a huge play for the Kummels, an absolutely huge play.
And 6 all it is, 28.5 minutes gone. Wherever you're watching around the world, hope you're enjoying this one. Two sides that you would expect make the quarterfinals. So there is Kafusi. That's a classic lower half of the body tackle. What a good player he is, Felice Kafusi, and has been for a long time. Let's go down to the sideline with Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, thanks very much, Vossi. I have had one eye on the head coach of Tonga, Christian Wolf. He has not stopped writing in his book. We knew that this was going to be an entertaining encounter, but perhaps Wolf and his players are a little surprised by the way PNG have come out firing.
And they've just sent out Mo Fotuaika, the Tongans. That is one of the state of origin quality players from the Gold Coast Titans in Australia. You'll see him in a moment. As the ball finds Kohler again, they've called it forward. No, an obstruction play. Referee Moore has got another little run around play here, explaining it to all and sundry. He's on it.
He's got that right. He's got it right, and I've got to applaud the decision.
He went against Olakau'atu. That's an old schoolyard play. You put your hands up above your head to make out as if you're invisible. But referee Moore was having none of it.
It's brave as well from Moore, Vossi, because we see it time and time again where referees let that play on and only review it in the try-scoring situation.
All boys, hold. Go.
Probably expected more runs too. If you know the play, and James has mentioned Olakau'atu, they haven't really set him up as a charging runner on that right edge yet. Tonga, I think that will come into the game, but they've been missing him out so far.
Yeah, they've sort of used him as a decoy, haven't they, to get the ball out the back, and yeah, expect to see more of Olakau'atu as this game goes on. He's a real strike weapon, isn't he, Vossi? And like I say, he's been used as a decoy. Perhaps it's a ploy to bring him into the game and fool this Cummels defence over on their left edge.
In a running forward role that time. Labour did well to get to dummy half quickly. They built up again. Lamb went to the lead runner that time. Nixon put.
Move, get back, boys. Go,
getting a lot of rugby league inside the 220s. It's tense football. Left side with Olam. And there is a red and white wall there for Tonga on the last tackle. It's not fatal to hand the ball over in a corner.
No, it's a great place to turn over the football, Vossi, and when you go to Olam, you need more than a brick wall. He broke through that Tongan defence there, and they just did enough. Interesting to see how Tongan team clear their lines right now.
There's now Tonga with a shift from inside their 10, and Sully with it. Just for our international audience and some new viewers, or relatively new viewers to rugby league, with these short in goals, if an attacking side puts the ball over the dead ball line, it ends up a 7-tackle set for their opponent. So you run that risk if you're trying to put a kick to these small in goals. And Papua New Guinea didn't want to do that and took the tackle on the last. Tonga back 11 metres inside their own half. And Luke getting them go forward with Fotuaika. David Fafita waits on the bench for Tonga. I'll call on Coach James Graham in a moment to see when he would have Fafita out there, as Johnston under the ball. And gets past Olakau'atu. This is the fullback show at the World Cup. Gee, we've seen some good play so far from the fullbacks in the competition.
What a run from Johnson that is. What a run that is from him.
Offload from Russell. And Lamb to centre field. So, James, when would you use David Fafita? Potentially one of the superstars of this World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely, Vossi. Well, I think when you've got a guy like Fafita on your bench, you want to get plenty of bang for your buck. And I think it's around about this time, as fatigue is really setting into those forwards. I think now is the time for Coach Christian Wolf to go to his bench and bring on David Fafita, the absolute wrecking ball of the NRL. Get him on now as the defence starts to tire.
Labert with a chip over the top. It doesn't quite get the bounce. Tupo ends up with it. Nice little shot fired, though, by Kyle Labert, mixing it up.
Let's go, he's done 10, rolling.
And the Tongans back in possession. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. This was the work of Labert. So in his resume, just the 2 NRL appearances for the Cowboys, and they've moved on. He now plays in the second tier competition in Australia, in Queensland. Lawler here with a ball, little run. Tui Lolohea through the centre. The support was there with Fotuaika. He's found the same. He's giddy, Lolohea.
What about that from Lolohea? Amazing stuff from the Tongan halfback. Beautiful play, beautiful deception.
Kaloa Matangi's ball inside. Well, he's a surgeon. He's cut him open. And Mo Fotuaika, not exactly a try-scoring specialist, has scored a World Cup try for Tonga.
What about that from Mo Fotuaika? First off, Vossi, he backs up the run of the half in Lolohea. He's on the support and he gets the ball back to Lolohea. And amazing stuff from him. He's backing up on the inside of Kaloa Matangi. What about this for a ball from him as well as he goes into the line? The PNG defenders just all go to Keon Kaloa Matangi, as we're going to see on the replay any moment now. And he just pops that ball inside. Here we go. Here we see it. The gap's far too wide today. Mo Fotuaika steaming onto it, but great play. That's his second support in as many plays. Brilliant play from the front rower off the bench.
He's played 100 matches in the NRL. He has scored only 5 tries, and yet here he is on the international stage like a steam train there through the middle.
And as the days go on, as the phone calls get longer and longer, Vossi, that try will go from 10 metres to 20, from 30.
Boring.
Mate, we've all been there before where the tries get exaggerated, shall we say. Mo Fotuaika will be telling everybody back home he scored from 40 metres out at this St Helens totally wicked stadium.
I'll tell viewers and the Australian fans will know, James just did the bent finger at me when he was making that point. He pulled that out like he used to do with the referees.
Hey, it's rude to point, Vossi.
No,
it's rude to point.
Right. Yeah. So this for a 12-6 lead. Papua New Guinea led 6-0. Been a decent space between the second and third tries in the match. And the 18-year-old Katoa with a shot at goal. It must be an incredible thrill to be playing for your country at 18. There he is, Katoa, putting it up into the terraces, right over the heads of the Tongan fan club, and a 12-6 scoreline. He's a very good player, Keon Kaloa Matangi, and he's now got big match experience. He's played a grand final with the Rabbitohs. He's almost on the edge of State of Origin as well. He was in camp with the New South Wales Blues for a game last year, so they know how good he is.
Yeah, and he's got great balance between power, aggression, but also skills on his game as well, Vossi. We see that with this try assist that he brings there, but we see that week in, week out in the NRL. He's got beautiful hands for such a powerful and aggressive human being as well.
And the try scorer all revved up and ready to run again. So a big 3.5 minutes coming up. Papua New Guinea have worked very hard. They wouldn't want to be any further behind than 6. They wouldn't necessarily deserve to be any more behind than 6, but it doesn't always work out that way. Suli's with it. There's Tongan jerseys everywhere, and it's an open passage. The 18-year-old scores. It becomes the biggest moment of his life. He scores in front of the Tongan fan club. Katoa for Tonga. 2 tries, back-to-back in the space of 60 or 90 seconds. That is some rugby league from the Tongans.
Well, Vossi, you talked about the commentators' case earlier in the piece. You spoke about PNG, that Kummel's not wanted to concede just before half-time, but it's a beautiful short-side raid. It's Katoa that demands the ball because he sees an opportunity. He lays on a beautiful ball to Moses Suli, who shows a clean pair of heels, and like all good halfbacks do, they're supporting through the middle of the field. What a moment for this youngster. Wayne Bennett over on the Queensland shores will have a smile as wide as Christmas Day, seeing his star recruit get over for this Tongan team.
We work that out. What time is it? We'll try and work out where Wayne is.
Queensland time. What are we? 11 hours?
Like savings. It might be 5 in the morning. I'm not sure. Is it 6 or is I got no idea. But put it this way, it's early. I doubt he's sitting on a beach. I don't think he's working on his tan this early. Oh, long neck. But he'd be
wouldn't that be a sight if he was just on the beach bronzing himself.
Yes.
Watching this game on his iPad.
No, I think Wayne's a tanning salon man these days, James. But he'd be excited.
Perhaps he's got the fake tan rub. Because he doesn't like the tan lines going on.
Go there at all, James.
I think it's worth a conversation, Vossi.
On air to the world at the World Cup, maybe not. So he has the shot at goal now. I just asked the question, what a thrill it would be at 18. Remember you at 18, James? Can you imagine the biggest moment of your rugby league life at 18? St Helens, I guess.
Yeah, man, this is huge for this youngster. Obviously, he's yet to make his NRL debut. He's got a huge future ahead of him. And when you look at the quality of the horse in the squad that Christian Wolf has at his disposal, it's a huge call to bring in Katoa, especially against, when you think that they've got Amone in this squad as well. Huge call, but he's showing why Christian Wolf has so much faith in him.
Oh, they've made the error from the kickoff and the door opens. Katoa. It's gone straight through the bread basket. Speaking of bread,
cheers, Ellie.
I'm enjoying some of the pastries over here, James. I just mentioned food and out it came. Went to Mr. Chan's in St Helens for dinner tonight, a Chinese food before the game. I was tipped off about it all. 5-star quality, James. You eat like a king in St Helens.
Oh, mate, you sure do. They don't miss it with their food. I don't know if it's quite the commentator's pre-game meal to have, but...
I think the siren's gone off a bit early, hasn't it? What's going on here?
Penalty.
No, it's they're calling it the shot clock, and it will be a penalty to Papua New Guinea. So it's right in front of the posts. And it goes the way, well, it's mass confusion out on the field there. They were told to feed the scrum. Reece Martin's looking around and saying, is it our penalty or their penalty? The referee's gone both ways here.
Yes.
Liam Moore.
Your ball. Your penalty. Away, please, boys.
So the PNG players are saying, is it ours or theirs? And it now goes. Reece Martin was looking to the bench saying, well, we go for the 2. Meantime, the penalty is going the way of Tonga.
Yeah, obviously, for those viewers that aren't experienced with that, that's the shot clock. You must form the scrum in a designed time period. Obviously, the Cummel's not quick enough to react, which is really poor.
Geez, it'll hurt if Tonga now score in the closing seconds of the first half.
Release him to hold out.
I think PNG's argument was that perhaps Tonga were getting away with time wasting as much as anyone. As Kohler is with the ball, he's been one of the stars of the first half.
Move.
So recapping, Papua New Guinea scored the first try of the match through Reece Martin, but Tonga have come back with 3 of their own. They might even go a sneaky shot at field goal to finish the half, but the siren beats them, and 3 tries to 1 is the result of the first half. Christian Wolf will be well satisfied with his team's first half at the World Cup, one of the favourites in action. They were semi-finalists in 2017, and here they are at half-time, game 1 of the 2021 World Cup, leading Papua New Guinea by 18 points to 6. Did you expect first outing at the World Cup? But I'm pretty sure both teams are ready to have a decent go in the second 40 minutes. Papua New Guinea not out of it, but wouldn't want to get behind by any more than 12, I wouldn't think, if there to be a chance of winning. The highlights from the first half in terms of tries: lovely ball on the right edge, Kyle Labert to Reece Martin to score that first try. You'll see the man he beats is the young halfback Katoa, and Martin getting the try. Now the response was scintillating from Tonga this try. This young fullback, Tolu Kola, 20 years of age, from the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles in the NRL. What about the moves he put on here? And linking up with Will Penasini, young centre from the Parramatta Eels in the NRL, scoring the Tongans' first try. Kola is a speedster, And back he comes, socks down, picked out the space. He's burnt a few defenders there. That was a beautiful move he put on Justin Holland. Holland is a terrific defensive centre, so that is great credit to Tolu Kola for his work in the lead up to that try. PNG had their chances. They thought they were going to go in front 10-6. Russell has a run to the line. He has stacks of room. There is no cover defence coming at him. And he puts his toes on the sideline. There, last step, no doubt about it.
Can we just go back, please?
That was a try blown by Papua New Guinea. And following that, a couple of more tries to the Tongans. Keon Kaloa-Matangi here with the inside ball for the replacement front rower Mo Fotuaika. Underneath the crossbar with that one. And that was a 12-6 scoreline. And then the last try of the half, it is Moses Suli exploding through down the left side. And this 18-year-old halfback, Isaiah Katoa, sprinting away to score. And he has a personal tally of 10 points from the first half. He did play in the mid-year test for Tonga, but this is a big stage for him right here. And a great try by the Tongans. So that's their work in attack in the first half, and those fans you see on screen have loved it because they have been at the in-goal where the tries have been scored by their team. Now, last night we had a most entertaining match between France and Greece. They're both great success stories, certainly the Greeks, to be playing at this World Cup, and they can be proud of their performance, but France will be encouraged by their efforts in winning their first game at this World Cup.
Morg has it, body's outside him, straightens up. Looked like he got one across the chin there. Patides was involved, last one, they're 5 away, they're going to try and power it, they go here, trying to work their way forward, and they will score. Jordan Desiree with the score, too big, too strong. The French open the scoring, they lead by 4 points to 0. Got to stay tidy, Greece here defensively, the kick stabbed through, someone's got to claim it, somebody's got to claim it, and the France have got it down, but there could be an injury problem here. The referee is going to have a look at this one then. Let's hear from the video referee. Is it going to be a try or not? Did they get the grounding? Yes, says the referee on field.
Bouncing ball, and the ball is grounded. I'm happy I've viewed all available angles and I've made my decision.
And it's going to be a second try for the French. Gigot, quickest to react. The Greek forwards trying to stop their man, but they're all underneath the post. They're going short again, and they're over the line. Benjamin Julien dives over. Well, Gigot turns it back underneath, and there is the space, and they're side-footing away. They get the offload away. Gudemon with the pass, and they are over. Try is scored. Arthur Morg it was who got it down. I think they're growing in belief here, the Greek side, and who knows what a try would do for them in this game. They are certainly not giving up as they're going to kick in behind. Big chance here. This is going to be it. A moment of history. Sinteni Takamo with the first ever Greek try at a World Cup. Here's France now looking to move it. They've got bodies in motion. They've got the numbers. Short pass, lovely pass as well. And they will go over. Second try for Benjamin Julien. They are going to chip over the top here, and Mujos is going to catch it. There is a moment of brilliance. He's going in and out. Oh, my word! What a try! Try of the tournament so far. Nick Mujos points to the badge on his shirt. That was outstanding from Greece. It's been a great night. This is what the World Cup is all about. New teams, new players we've not heard of, making their name on the biggest stage of all. The full time here, France 34, Greece 12.
I think of anyone better to do it than my old sparring partner, Moz.
We've had a conversation off camera about that glint that you still get in your eye. No doubt up in comms, you've probably still got it. How much do you want to get back out there and maybe take that record from him?
Hey, look, yeah, it's a good idea in theory, but it doesn't work on the battlefield. You take one look at one collision that these men are putting on today, and yeah, I'm safe in this down with Vossi. He does get a bit excited as well, so we're going to calm each other down. But look, there's the glint in the eye, but no, not for me. I know how these guys are going to feel tomorrow, and I do not want to feel like that ever again if I can help it.
Yeah, they are warriors of the game, that's for sure. I want to talk a little bit about what we've just witnessed tonight, because PNG came out firing. Were you surprised by their start?
No, I wasn't, but I was surprised by how Tonga took so much time to get into the game. But yeah, run away in the end. They give Kohler too many opportunities, and when you have a guy that's so quick, he's always going to be tough to keep tracks on. And yeah, I think Tonga had the better of the game in the end. But yeah, no surprise by the way PNG started off.
Well, Gemma, thank you so much for talking to us. A huge congratulations for that golden cap. Now, you are a little bit out of shape, so I'm going to let you run back up to where Vossi is.
What are you trying to say?
Go, go, go. Vossi, he's on his way back to you right now.
Thank you, Jenna. Now, he'll be lifted up on a wicker chair by the St Helens faithful and carried up the stairs. But look, I will say this about James Graham. You know, obviously, England, Great Britain, great. And coming from the other side of the world, he has the respect of every rugby league fan in Australia and New Zealand for what he achieved in the game, and that's a tremendous honour for him tonight to be back here in St Helens. Right now from the dressing rooms, Christian Wolf laying it on the line for his Tongan side. They chase perfection, and what's the saying? You might catch excellence on the way through. Shane Flanagan addressing the Papua New Guinea side at half-time. Shane is a premiership winner in the NRL with the Cronulla Sharks. And he's taken centre stage here, addressing the PNG players. Just in the last few days, Shane has been linked with a Manly Warringah club in Australia that are having a change at the helm. He may be an assistant to Anthony Seibold, who's going to be leaving his duties with England Rugby Union side to be coaching in the NRL, it seems, with Manly, replacing a club legend in Des Hasler. So Papua New Guinea, the goal has to be to score first in the second half. Not unbeatable, the Tongans, with a margin just 12, but I just don't know whether they could come back from more than 12 down. It's great to have the company of viewers everywhere on this Tuesday night from St Helens. It was always highlighted as going to be one of the games of the tournament, this one. I think it can get better than the first half. It was keenly contested, some brilliant moments in the first half. But both sides now 40 minutes into their campaigns. They're ready to step it up a little. PNG scored the opening try. The third Tongan try really hurt them, getting those back-to-back tries. 12-6. In fact, James Graham has made it back, and it's quite an effort up the stairs here in St Helens.
I don't know what Jenna was talking about.
Wouldn't blow out a candle.
Mate, please. I'm fitter now than when I was playing. I can actually train Vossi. Not injured all the time.
Would 12-6 have been a fair reflection, you think, of the first 40 minutes rather than 18-6?
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Vossi. Look, I thought PNG started the game so well, but if you give opportunities to this Tongan team, they are going to take them, and it was off a kickoff set. They've made inroads, they've got the ball on the short side, and like I say, any opportunity, this Tongan team are going to take it, and probably an unfair reflection on the flow of the game, but like I say, Tonga don't need a second invitation.
Just on the quiet, we share commentary up here, high up in the grandstand, with the bloke who blows the siren, and thank you for your help tonight. That siren at 7,000 decibels is good. It's working. So Tonga to kick off in the second half. We're yet to see David Fafita. I mean, talk about have a Ferrari hidden away in the garage. Well,
it's strange that Coach Christian Wolf has only used 2 interchanges so far in this game. Perhaps I would have liked to have seen Fafita come on, but make no mistake, our viewers will not miss him when he enters the action.
Second half underway, 12 points is the margin. They've had their rev up, the Papua New Guinea side.
One.
And they have the ball 15 metres out from their own line. They marched through some of the pool games at the last World Cup, but this is a big step up playing Tonga.
Still one.
Back in the last World Cup, they beat Wales, racking up 50 points. They had their biggest ever win when they toppled the USA 64-0, and they beat Ireland in between before going down to England in the quarterfinals. In fact, James, you beat both these sides at the last World Cup. I didn't just realised that as Labour pushes along to the edge.
This is a great opening set from the Cummels to begin this second half. Plenty of intent, lots of strong hard running, and a little shift.
The puppy, what a runner he is, the hooker. The number 9 back to Lamb. Edwin. Should we call him Sir Edwin? Wow, that is amazing. He might be Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea if he can do that all through the World Cup. Edwin Pape. James said, what a good set. A good set has turned into a superb set.
What about that to start the second half? I said it just before, Bossy, that they've come out with real intent. And we've commentated on how good a Pape has been in the opening stages. And he goes through 3, 4 of the Tongan players. They're holding on to his jersey. They can't do anything, and Lockie Lamb is there to take the finish. What about this to start the second half, Bossy? PNG are back.
Edwin Pape is at his Joey Manu moment from Warrington on Sunday night. That will be a try replayed over and over again. He has beaten world-class defenders there. He's beaten Kafusi. He goes past Katoa. That Fotuaika had a crack at him. Another shot at him. And links up with Lachlan Lamb, who makes a habit of scoring tries for the Cummels. What a 4-pointer. What a start to the second half.
Well, he's been great with his skill and deception, Vossi, but there it was just pure power and pace and determination, wasn't it?
Well, that is a Lee double there. I mean, the Lee Centurions well represented tonight in St Helens. Lamb getting the try, but it's all about this man, the number 9. He's some sort of earth-moving equipment, the way he goes through.
Well, they just, like you said, Bossy, he's not going through fringe players here or players that are, you know, part-time. This is world-class international players. He's just taken a mockery out of, or made a mockery out of. That was sensational stuff. PNG are back. I'd love to know what was said in the dressing rooms at half-time.
18-12 scoreline, 3 minutes into the second half. Jenna Brooks on the sideline with a little news out of the dressing rooms at half-time.
Hold now, hold!
Yeah, Vossi, just speaking to both head coaches, Christian Wolf versus the head coach of Tonga, admitted that his side started this game a little nervous, but he said that once they got into it, they showed what they're capable of. He wants them to come out firing this side, but that's not the case, is it? PNG have come out firing, which is exactly what Stanley Teppen, the head coach of Papua New Guinea, that was his message at halftime. He said that a few errors led to those 2 quick tries by Tonga in that first half. They just need to fix up their errors and they can get right back in this game.
Yeah, sadly, Jenna Nixon had a loose carry there. I don't think an offload was on, and the ball turned over, a bit of a momentum killer. Tonga now 35 metres out from the PNG half. But it's been lit up by that try after the break. Now Katoa to Kafusi. No idea what a winning score will be tonight. If Papua New Guinea put it together in attack, how many it's going to take for Tonga to win?
4, move together!
Fotuaika to play it, one of the try scorers from the first half. It's Luke on to Katoa, and hit hard from the inside.
That hits Vossi.
Back, hold!
Pape just does a little rib check there. Nice work. Now Lola here. Walakoatu. Roll ball. It's over the sideline. Did that go through the legs of 2 players? That's pretty clever if it did. They don't get it right on the right side there, the Tongans.
Yeah, they elect to run the ball on the left-hand side on the last tackle rather, and they go to Olakawatu, who flicks the ball out the back.
And about the choice of song coming on over the speaker, Praise You. I don't think Praise You is what's going to go on there for the Tongans. But not to worry. Papua New getting the ball back, so an error apiece since half-time. I know it's not the biggest crowd we've got, but by gee, it's going to get mighty vocal if the scores get back to 18 all at some stage.
No, got one thrashing.
Looking back at the halftime highlights, I tell you what, it hurts when you watch the Russell bomb try in the first half. The foot on the sideline, because he had no cover defence coming at him. He didn't need to go anywhere near the sideline. That was really costly at this stage, quite obviously.
Yeah, absolutely, Bossy, and you can't help but wonder if Xavier Coates is in there. He scores that try, but also the other opportunities when the Cummels have moved the ball to their left-hand side. If Coates is on that left wing, I'd likely guess he's finishing off 2 or 3 of those opportunities that have been created on the outside of Justin Olam.
Mackenzie Yeh took another charge, and the crowd love watching him run it. Ball bounces down to Tupou. High ball for Kohler. He made it look easy, Kohler, in catching that. That wasn't easy with Justin Olam running at you.
6 minutes into the first half, Bossy, and David Fafita has took off the warm-up bib. Looks like he might be. Oh, he's back on. He thought he might have been ready for action.
Well, I think he's absolutely knackered from riding the bike. He's done about 23 Ks on the bike.
In case anyone can't tell, we're a bit excited to see him get some action, aren't we, Bossy?
4, move!
Another good run by Fodawaker. There he is, David Fafita. We're waiting to see him come into the game. Lawler here's kick, fighting the grass. It's a good kick to the corner. Johnston had an anxious moment. It's a mighty recovery, though.
Stand! Well, one. Turn players again.
Taken down by Siosiwa Tokiaho. So Papua New Guinea 15 metres out from their own line. The Papua New Guinea bench is up now working the sideline. There was Johnston. Pulled the hands away at the right moment.
3.
One thing they can't afford in the second half is to turn the ball over in their own half. They cannot let Tonga start a set inside their own half.
Good run from Russell out.
Rolling.
And followed up, this man's having a perler of the second half, and the offload. Lamb does the same. And this is commitment personified from this PNG side. Kevin Appo was on the end of that passing rush. Tolu Kola. Well, there's going to be fans walk away that didn't know anything about this young fullback, but he's been one of the stars tonight.
Get square markers.
You'll remember his name. Tupou with the ball.
Move!
Going back to Kola, Bossy, that's what pace does. People want to see exciting, fast players. They get you on the edge of the seat, even on that kick there, Bossy. Every time he has the ball in his hand on his kick returns, we're anticipating a break, anticipating something to happen.
Well, Tonga have gone to one of their tackle busters in Sifa Talakai. He's just taken the run there, played a couple of Origin matches this year, State of Origin games for New South Wales from the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. Ball with Kaloa Matangi. And another offload. Luke. But trap centre field in the tackle of Jacob Arlick. Last it is for the Tongans. Lawler here's the kicker this time. He's got the range right. Johnston with it. So a little bit of moving of the chess pieces going on over the last few minutes now. He's settling down since half-time.
2. Move!
Fafita back on the bike. The Tour de France is midsummer, I believe, if...
3rd. Move!
Not quite the same body type of the cyclist, though, as he David Fafita.
No.
4.
A shoulder charge is allowed in the Tour de France. I wouldn't think.
Well, if the crowd get a bit close, you know.
Lamb offloading there to Reece Martin. You've got to be impressed by Lachlan Lamb here tonight. He'd have a very proud dad in Adrian watching this. Adrian, who proudly represented and coached Papua New Guinea. Here comes Labert. Tupou with a loop, but Labert was right on him. Tonga in possession.
Strange to see the experienced winger Tupou let that ball bounce, Fossey, with the condition of the field as well. That ball could have gone absolutely anywhere.
How good is it to have this balmy weather in St Helens tonight, James? They put the fear of God into me about what the weather could be like tonight. This is far removed from the last time we had a World Cup game here in 2013.
4. Move!
It was the night of the apocalypse in terms of the weather.
Play on, play the ball.
Back for Lawler here, kicking from inside the 40. Not with the angle, though, to take it over the sideline.
Play on.
And Russell wraps around Johnston to bring it back.
One. Move. Follow me. Hold.
PNG making a change, and Big Namo on, and here you go. Fafita about to come into it, so set it up again for our viewers who haven't seen him play before.
Release.
What's the first word that comes to mind when you think of David Fafita?
Well, I tell you what, boss, we've really set him up, haven't we? We've spoken about commentators' case. We really have set him up. I think with Fafita, it's just destruction, absolute destruction.
Lock it in.
Move to it.
Don't need a thesaurus for that. Just that's the one word that you need: destruction. So now the ball with Namo. He had a very good stint in the match, the first stint from Namo. Back on now.
Hold.
Last tackle, Kummels. Lamb with a kick, a left footer. Russell coming through. He doesn't play at it and allows it to bounce. It is play on for Papua New Guinea. Beware the second kick. It goes straight to Kola. And Tonga have it back.
I've really noticed in this second half the contrast to the first half, Fossey. The Tongan forwards would emphasise the importance of kick pressure. This second half so far, Lachlan Lamb has been able to kick on the front foot. He's been afforded time and space, and it's so different. It's strange. I think Wolf should get the message out. Tell the forwards, get some pressure on Lachlan Lamb.
Double change for Tonga. Fafita is out there in jumper 18. Here he is in his first run. Four defenders in on him. Adam Fanua-Blake back into the game as well. Olakoatu and Kaloa Matangi have gone off for Tonga. This is their best scoring chance of the second half. 12 minutes in. Last tackle. The kick from Katoa. And there with a juggle, but good enough to catch it, Roderick Tai. The man with a science degree. Back with the ball for Papua New Guinea.
That's a good clearing run from Nene McDonald there. That'll look to get the Kummels on the front foot in this set.
Ball 6 again. Hand on ball.
So there it is. A set restart.
Surrender.
For Papua New Guinea.
Stand. One. Up David. Hold. Go one.
They would be very happy with the players we call the spine players. Papua New Guinea tonight. Their hooker, their two halves, their fullback. They're one of the few teams we can say the 1, 6, 7, and 9, the jerseys they're wearing on the back. With Australia, it'd be the 17, the 14, the 16, and the 22. But here with Papua New Guinea, the spine players have been very effective tonight.
Yeah, they sure have. They've gelled really well, and they've played off the back of some strong running. And every time they've shifted the ball, especially to their left-hand side, they've looked to create opportunities, Vossi.
There and working right with Labitz. Kafusi makes a vital tackle. Last play it is. Martin and Apapi again. What a ball. He's done it again. Oh, into the corner. He's been stopped, I reckon. Roderick Tai. Bunsen Burner. And Beaker in his back pocket. I don't think he has scored. I'm going to have to use physics here to work it out.
Just use your right foot.
That's a step you want, James. A step. We're off to the video referee. Let's hear what he has to say as the players get a little fired up. We'll need to look at the method of tackle attempted by Kola as well. Was there shoulder charge in the tackle?
Steady, Mark.
So a bit to look at here.
Use your brain and take it away. Come on, over there, boys.
Video referee to match director. There is an on-field decision of no try. Can we please check all available angles, please, for the touch line, the dead ball line, the touch and goal line, and actually see if the ball is actually grounded. So he's now this nice and slow, really slow from here. The ball is in his right arm. He's still got possession of the ball. Slow now, hits the corner flag. Right, can we go back on that? Really slow. On-field decision of no try. Right, the ball can arm, hits the corner flag and goes down and continues to go down. I cannot see on there. This is the one. So whilst it hits the corner flag, which is not touching goal, that's play on. And if we can go back there, nice and slow, go back on that. So that's play on. It's if the ball remains in his hand. Really slow on this. Ball is in his arm, it then goes down. Okay. If we can slow this down.
I can't hear it now.
That bit's fine. He's in the field of play there. And if we can just go back on that. And slow,
What do you
slow,
think, folks?
slow. I can't see the point of the ball on that side. If we can go from the behind angle, please, looking in. This is the angle. If we can slow this right down, please, and slow. Ball's in his right hand, it stays in his right hand. That's play on. Ball goes down there. Okay, nice and steady again. If we can have that again, please. This is probably the angle I need to see.
This is a try, Vossi.
James has locked it in,
go back
folks.
on that angle we've got there, because we have a decision of no try on field. If we keep going down there, slow that angle down, please, if we can. Really slow. The behind angle, not this one, because the other angle shows me the line. Because at that point there, I can't see if the point's touching that. This is the angle, slow. Keep it going. Pause there. Thank you. I've seen all the available angles I need, and I've now made my decision.
Right, Ben Thaler has a decision, folks. The ball is not a house brick. Of course, it's got the curve on it. But are you going to say that was definitely on the touching goal line? Here is the decision, folks. Papua New Guinea, a whole nation stands by. No try, James.
Wow.
No try. They're saying that a piece of the ball was planted on a piece of the touching goal line.
Wow. Vossi, that's a try for me.
We never even looked at the tackle of Kohler. We never even got a mention with a video referee.
I can tell you this.
Fine with the shoulder?
No.
Exactly.
By the letter of the law, Vossi, he does not attempt to wrap his arm around the attacker there. And I've got to say, I feel the Cummels have been hard done to, but again, we question the finishing on the outside men here. This could be costly for the Cummels.
Roderick Ty. So 2 tries. They've been denied in the corners, the opposite sides of the field.
Release!
PNG.
Goal 2.
What a night here in St Helens. Lola here passing. Fafita able to offload. 3 couldn't get him down. There's a few alarm bells ringing now in St Helens.
3. Move! Hold now.
21 metres away from the PNG line. Luke back again with Fodawaker. He's got a bit of white line fever after a try in the first half.
4. Back up, mate. Back.
4 tackles down. Luke, Katoa, the kick, deflection. Papua New Guinea lose the ball. It'll be a knock-on against the Cummels. The pressure will still be on.
What do you want it, boys? Shot clock on.
They conceded a try not long after missing that try in the corner in the first half. It would be disappointing for them to have history repeat here.
Yeah, and that's a tough moment for Martin there. He's doing his best for his teammates, trying to dive on that loose ball, but unfortunately for him and the rest of the Cummels, he comes up with an error.
Heads down.
But a tough moment for the PNG captain.
A little scrum play set up on the right side here, Tonga.
Out.
Interesting shape of their attack. Lawler here brings Kohler into the play. If he catches that cleanly, it might have been ball on the outside to an unmarked Katoa. Now Lawler here. He's had a big night, the Tongan 7. With it is Fodawaker.
Hold! Release him!
This becomes the most important set of the match right now. At 6, the difference. And PNG get their body on the line in front of Fafita. Again, it's 3 and 4 to make the tackle. Right on the goal line. And a spread along for Katoa. And the run of Suli. This is desperate stuff from the Cummels. There's big numbers in the tackle. There has to be space somewhere else. Work the numbers. Katoa again. And a steady play there for Fodawaker. Last tackle, Tonga. Do they use Tupou as a target or Katoa? Katoa there for Lorlahia. They've cut it off. That is great defence from Papua New Guinea.
Stand! One. Hold the 10, boys. Hold.
That keeps them in the game. It was Emmanuel Wane getting to the loose ball on the ground.
That's a huge play from Wane, isn't it, Vossi? We saw the Tongan team come up with a non-too dissimilar play over on this left-hand side. Reece Martin spilt his lollies there.
Goal 3.
But huge play from Wane to come up and give the Cummels some possession as they look to exit their own half.
Wait.
It was a pretty fearsome tackle there. Sifa Talakai. Crowd felt it.
Looks like Talakai's playing in the middle of the field as well, Vossi. Not a position he's used to playing.
40.
Labit left footer.
Racing ball. Play on,
And, Tolu Kola onto the ball again.
1.
Back over the 40-metre line. Found himself confronted by Sylvester Namo. I think Sylvester's going to play a lot of test football for Papua New Guinea. I like the look of him, the number 10. This is just his second test for them. Looks a real forward leader. Tupou comes in for a run for Tonga.
Hold me.
It's certainly no easy run tonight for one of the tournament favourites. Katoa, Lorlahia. Fafita with a little bit of footwork. So beats a couple. Nonchalant with the offload. Luke does the same for Lorlahia. Offloading for Katoa. And still, the scramble of Papua New Guinea is top-notch. The Pape with that tackle. And now Luke on the deck. It is great from Lamb. He's with it for Papua New Guinea. They're coming from all directions. Olam with the ball. That is so good from their defence.
Such a good pickup from Lamb as well, Vossi. That is a very difficult skill to execute at full speed. What a play from the halfback for the Cummels as he gets the ball to Olam, and the PNG are coming on the attack here now. They're looking dangerous after sustained pressure on their own line.
Nene McDonald there. He may have lost the ball at the finish. Not called. It's play on. Labit and Setterfield with Wane. They sense their chance here, Papua New Guinea. 21 minutes to go in the previous defensive sets. So good. Kick on the ground. That time Katoa is brilliant for Tonga. That was a low ball to defuse. Tonga on their own goal line and under pressure in possession.
Back. Stand up. Goal 2.
Now Kafusi. And look at the PNG defence. Labit.
Get that into you.
Yes.
Oh.
That was something for the 5'8" on the back row. I said in the first half, you know, bulging scrapbooks of some of these Tongan players. And some of these PNG boys say, we couldn't give a you-know-what. Fotuaika with a little bit of footwork. 10 metres short of halfway. We're into the last quarter of the game now.
Goal 5, Mark is good.
6 points the difference. And missed opportunities, but for them, I mean, you know, they could have easily been in front, Papua New Guinea. Russell to bring it back out.
Well, they should have been, Bossy. If you look at the opportunities that they've blown through no fault of their own, really, the Cummels will be scratching their heads and asking questions. If only would have finished off. If only coach was fit.
Now Olam up to halfway, and the ball has been pulled out, and Tonga have it. That's a bad mistake for Papua New Guinea. He's gone to get at them. Labit centre field. He might pick up the name the Terminator. What a tackle from Carl Labit on Sione Katoa. 15 metres inside the PNG half. This was the lost ball of Justin Olam. Ripped out by Will Petticini. Now some nice work from Whanua Blake.
Watch them.
Offloads have been a feature of their game, the Tongans. Kaloa Matangi back on the field, but as a running forward now. He started as a dummy half. Up to the right with Katoa and Talakai. There were games in the NRL this year where he had over 10 tackle busts. On the short side, Fafita. Fafita, destructive. Destructive, certainly. That was the first word that came into the mind of James Graham. Part wrecking ball, part steamroller, but referee Moore questions the put down and sends it up as no try. Fafita has no doubts it's a try.
Director, there's an on-field decision of no try. But please check all available angles, please, for the grounding of the ball. Just see the ball there, and I can't see who happens to the ball at all on that angle, so I'm going to need something else. The ball's up at that point. I can't ever see a point where the ball is on the ground. Again there, that doesn't help at all. The ball is right up this May. The ball, slim position there, it's up. And do we have, this might be the angle to help a bit, yeah. Keep it going on from there. At that point, the ball is always up. It never, ever gets to the ground. And in my opinion, the player then lets go of the ball. Thank you. I have seen all the available angles I need, and I've now made my decision.
Well, in Australia, we call it fibbing. That's pretty much what the referee's accusing David Fafita of. He's a fibber.
I tell you what,
blaming the try.
I tell you what, though, Bossy, take nothing away from Lachlan Lamb there. That's a huge defensive play to hold on to David Fafita. And mate, I've got no problem with Fafita going for the over the zealous celebration there. We saw Stephen Crichton on the weekend. Had he have cheered for Samoa just before half-time, I'm not sure whether that try would have been given. So I've got no problems with Fafita claiming the try in that situation.
And it ends up a ball lost in goal, so they come back to the 20-metre line, and a 7-tackle set starts. That was David Fafita's reaction to the no try. Mr. Ben Thaler having quite a say on this game tonight, this match between Tonga and Papua New Guinea. PNG are still in the contest. They've scored the only try of the second half. And we have 17.5 minutes to go. So we thought it could be the best game of the first round of competition, and it's locked and loaded in that position at the moment. With the potential of a grandstand finish now. Alec's ball has been put down. Waine doesn't get a handle on it.
Shot clock on.
That hurts again when you're behind by 6.
Yeah, Alec's been good with his pass selection, but just that ball wasn't on at that time.
Over here, boys. Over here.
Waine not expecting that one, almost arms up as if saying, trying to communicate silently
10 seconds.
to Alec that he wants the ball to go out the back, and perhaps that would have been a better option in that situation, Bossy.
Head down. Shot clock off. Okay.
PNG Hunters represented here. They play in the Queensland Cup of Australia. A number of their players on show here. Waine is one of them.
Move!
So Tonga with the ball 15 metres inside their own half. Kept scoreless since the break. Suli on the run.
Move!
There's been some tackle busting done by players tonight of both teams.
Goal 2.
He's limping Suli out of that. Trainer will run to his aid.
Back up, mate.
He lost a boot in it. But he's got more troubles than that. Kaloa Matangi with the ball. 15 inside the PNG half. Now they get a roll on. Lola here. Fafita is with it again. He's offloaded. He's almost unstoppable. Kaloa Matangi flick pass. Kafusi is nailed. Absolutely nailed by Roderick Tai. Katoa now. Unloading. Kaloa Matangi. This time in kicking mode. And yet again, Papua New Guinea. Last line of defence. That time it was Olam. But some superb play from both teams there.
Yeah, the skill on display was sensational over on this left-hand side, wasn't it? I thought Tonga may have gone over if there just could have been one last pass, but it wasn't to be. But take nothing away from this Kummel's defence. They're being so desperate, and they're remaining in the fight, aren't they, Bossy, with 15 minutes to go?
Oh, Nene McDonald's lost the ball there. You've almost, even if you don't know, I think you've got to throw captain's challenge in. Reece Martin's checking with him. And they will challenge it. You've just got to here. I think he lost it, but so tense is it. With a challenge up their sleeve, they refer it to the video referee.
Video referee's match director. I'm looking for your best angle, please, on the ball to determine if there is a steal. There's two players in the tackle. I can't see the ball on that angle. We can just go back on that angle. Still got possession of the ball here quite cleanly. You can see they're in. Keep it going, keep it going. I'm looking for a strip. Just go back on that angle, please. Slow this one down. If we can go back on this, looking to play to the left of the screen. Keep going, keep going. It's still in the player's possession there. At that point, there's a flick of the wrist. Thank you. Based on the available angles I've seen, the challenge is successful.
Big moment for PNG. What do you reckon, James?
Yeah, I think that's a great play on first look. I thought it was the last roll of the dice, but no, PNG, they get the penalty, and yeah, it was the correct call, and that's why we had the captain's challenge, Vossi.
I wouldn't have blown up if it went the other way. I thought, Luke, there wasn't a massive ripping at the ball, but anyway, Ben Thaler, as I said, has had a big night as a video referee.
Come on, Adin.
If he's getting $1,000 a decision, he's into 5 figures now. Labert passing there. And back with Wellington Albert.
One, move, back up now, back up.
So
Hold.
6 points the difference, just over 14 remaining. I think the quality of the game, it deserves 18 all, with apologies to Tongan fans. I think the game deserves the massive finish. Labert now right. Johnston is with it.
Third.
And Kafusi went low.
Hold to me. Hold.
Katoa high. Martin, Labert. A little show of the ball from Watson Boas.
4.
He's been around a while, Watson. A few World Cup tries to his credit as well. He'd love one right now. Labert, right side with Martin. Scored the first try of the night.
5.
Taken down 11 metres out from the line. Last tackle.
5.
What's Labert got for us here? The kick is coming. He's gone the low one. And it bounced up, and referee Moore had to sprint out of the way. It was the front rower. Oh, they've now made a massive mistake.
First one.
From dummy half on their own goal line. The door open wide for Papua New Guinea young Tolu Kola, who's had such a good night. Oh, seriously, it just hits a hole in the shopping bag there.
Oh, it just hits that divot, doesn't it, Vossi? It just bobbles up just at the last moment. You've got to feel sorry for him there. But Tonga here under all sorts of pressure. That's a horrible moment, but young Kola there, there's not much he could do. Anybody is making that mistake.
Oh boy, the ball's out of the back of the scrum. Tonga are offside by about 8 metres. Russell to finish it off. They've scored. Papua New Guinea. Russell gets his try. Johnston's last pass was perfection, straight from the scrum. What a second half from Papua New Guinea. They will be kicking for 18 all.
Game on, isn't it, Vossi? Russell finally gets his try. This one will not be taken away from him or his Cummel teammates. As we look at the replay, that is a shocking bounce of a ball, and you can't put any blame on the young fullback in Kola for that. But take a look at this, a beautiful set piece, freeing up Alex Johnson on the traditional sweep play. They managed to create the overlap off the back of the scrum. It's a great position to attack from, and Alex Johnson just sums up the situation absolutely perfectly as he puts Russell away. Katoa a few times, when that shift has come, he's gone to knock the ball down. That would have been in the mind of Johnson, playing those mind games, but he sums that one up with absolute perfection.
So right now we do have to do the build-up for Reece Martin. I'm sorry, Reece. He's kicked 40 in a row. He hasn't missed a shot. I think it was against Castleford. It was 9th of July. He last missed a shot.
such a long time. Come on, Reece. You can get this, pal. An old Bulldogs teammate of mine.
So in all those shots, he's now got his biggest to get his side to 18 all with 11 and a bit to go. An entire nation on his shoulders for this kick. Reece Martin, what a moment. Bang it over, son. See what you can do. A couple of minutes in from touch. Martin with the kick. It is never in doubt. You'd want him kicking for your life. Reece Martin, 41 in a row. He might miss one until next July.
What about that, Bossy? We have got a game on our hands here. We said pre-game this could be the game of the groups, and it's living up to the hype.
Cut his right foot off and put it in a museum. Kids will want to see it for years to come. He's magical. So Papua New Guinea have got it back to 18 all.
Hold, mate, come on, hold!
Let's go sideline with Jenna Brooks.
2.
Bossy, I know at the start of this game you said there is nowhere else you would rather be than the Totally Wicked Stadium. I don't know about that. Given the party atmosphere here tonight with the PNG fans, I think I'd much rather be in Papua New Guinea right now.
Well, that's some call. Boy, oh boy, they're getting excited there. They've had some big scalps. They did beat Great Britain not so long ago. But to beat Tonga in a World Cup, they could finish. Look, if they were to win, and we've got a bit to go, they could finish top of their pool. Laboured with it. 18 all. Kick coming down to Tupou. You'd reckon Kola would still be nervous after the mistake to play the ball.
Hold now, mate, hold!
I mean, everyone's on edge now, quite understandably. Here he is. Kola with the ball. Tonga 28 metres out from their own line.
Back. Hold.
9.5 minutes to go.
Come on, Edwin.
Speaking of where would you rather be, I'd still rather be in Wayne Bennett's spray tan salon. But, hey, each to their own, right?
Kaloa Matangi back up to halfway. It's a very interesting comment at this point of the match, James. I'm asking some serious questions about you, big fella. Vanua Blake with the ball now. 38 metres away from the line. Last tackle, Tonga. All the kick catchers are under pressure now. Here's Lawler here. Katoa getting through. He ran into the back of Russell. And play on is the call, and Johnston has the ball.
Johnston's been good at the back, isn't he, in that unfamiliar role. Vossi usually playing on the wing, hugging the touchline, but he's created plenty of 3-on-2s, and he's been so solid under the high ball as well.
Well, while the focus coming into the Cup was on the heavy hitters, Australia and New Zealand, England, we focused on Samoa, we talked up Tonga. We've taken our eye off Papua New Guinea, and here they are, having a real crack. Reece Martin with the ball there. Now Labert in centre field, they've just got to get through their sets. They've got to give themselves field position at the end. Last play here. Kick will come from Lamb. He's been superb tonight for them, Lachlan Lamb. And back will come Kola with yet another run. I think it's his 15th of the night for Tonga.
Hold! Go one.
18 all. I know we've spoken a lot about him. I still think Fafita can have some say on this result. Hasn't had too many carries of the ball. Penasini on this run.
Hold! Release him, free. Go.
Just inside their own half. A crowd of a little over 10,000 here tonight. Kaloa Matangi on the run.
Release now!
There's going to be more to watch these teams next time round. Now he's staying down here. Kaloa Matangi looking up at the referee. The referee saying, oh, now the decision has come through. Well, this is in front of the posts.
Mate,
it is 40 metres out.
It's a dangerous contact. Mate,
it seemed a very late call to go penalty. So he's saying the third man in is the penalty against Ipapi for coming in. And they will go for goal. Third minute in the legs. I've got no problem with that.
That's a penalty, Bossy. The game has rightly outlawed that style of tackle, the cannonball style. You cannot hit a player with two in the tackle and hit the knee.
All right, well, I asked you the question in the first half. You're 18 years of age. How do you feel? You're playing World Cup alongside some of your heroes. He's now, this young bloke, has a shot at goal from 41 metres out to put his team in front by 2.
Well,
how do you feel? This
is the stuff you've been dreaming about ever since you picked up that football for the very first time. I'm going to get to represent my nation, play for Tonga, and have the game on the line. Normally you'd think about it from kicking a goal from the outside, but here he is, 40 metres in front of the sticks. Big moment for this youngster.
Wayne Bennett sitting up now again. Here we go. This is the young man that's been signed by the Dolphins in the NRL for next year, the new club in the National Rugby League. For a 2-point lead. We've just seen a mighty kick from Reece Martin. This is huge for Tonga. For the lead, Katoa's strike. It's not good. It's wide. I don't even think if it was straight, it would have gone over the crossbar. 18 all that remains with 5.5 to go. That wasn't clean at all from Katoa, that shot.
Stand to.
It's game on though, isn't it, Bossy? We have got a game here.
I think you said, you talked about the video game earlier. We're entering Planet Field Goal now, James. Remember that? Planet Field Goal time, folks.
I love it, Bossy. I might get the old PlayStation back up and running after this.
5 minutes to go. A reminder to our viewers, there's no golden point, there's no extra time. A draw is a draw in 80 minutes in the pool matches. But I reckon Labert can kick long range. They won't get a chance here. Last tackle, Lamb kicks. Here's the catch by Kohler. Oh, that's a pressure take.
Big moment from Kohler there. In the back of his mind, the previous error from a couple of moments ago would have been there. Huge moment from the youngster.
James Graham has duties to decide man of the match here too. Pretty tough at the moment. Tupou, there's probably a dozen contenders.
Move! Back up,
but that's why we paid James the big bucks. He'll work it out. Sully with the ball for Tonga. Up over the 40-metre line.
Outstanding run there from Moses Sully. Brilliant.
The follow-up is from Siosiwa Tokiaho.
Setting up for the field goal here, Bossy. Clear as day what the Tongan team are trying to do.
25 metres in 2 runs. Luke adds another 10. They're running in from everywhere. Lulahia takes it. Takes one of the potential field goal kickers out there. Kaloa Matangi in support. They're 20 metres from the line. They find Fafita. David Fafita's turn to run. Across field. And front on, the first contact was good from Albert. Katoa's in position for the field goal shot. Luke throws dummy. Goes left. 12 metres out. Kafusi's knocked the ball down. Tokiaho then. They've made an absolute mess of this, the Tongans. They scramble an egg on Totally Wicked Stadium there. And then they get out of it with Kohler and kept it alive for Katoa. It was Penasini with a pass. Then over his head. Tokiaho's got the ball. He's kicked to the end goal. And they have pulled out a try out of I think you know where. I don't know what to make of that. 73 passes. 44 of them hit the ground. And Tonga have come up with a try.
Yeah, Bossy, there's a bit of argy-bargy and back play happening here. Nothing too serious, I believe, but I've been on the end of one of those last play, shift, run, 50 kicks, 50 passes. Man, it had everything. It was supposed to go to a field goal. Who knows what Luke was thinking? But take nothing away. That's the ability of this Tongan team to keep the ball alive.
Well, this is the back half of it. All the stuff on the left side. Katoa's pass, kept alive, and then a kick from Siosiwa Tokiaho for Keon Kaloa Matangi to score. Penasini's pass, brilliant.
1 minute.
But it's all off the top of your head. It's all haphazard attack.
but take nothing away. This is something I know Christian Wolf very well, and he will have practiced for this type of situation. He's the type of coach that trains for chaos, and his team would be accustomed to this situation. He would practice this situation at training. You're 18 all with 2 minutes to go. What do you do? I don't quite know whether Luke was part of those training sessions, jumping down the short side, but take nothing away. The team just keep the ball alive. Absolute heartbreak for the Cummels. I've been in that situation before where you just keep moving, and you're just praying for the mistake. And the best pass in the world, Vossi, is a bounce pass. It's so hard to defend. It's almost undefendable. There was about 4 or 5 of them in the build-up to that, and that's the ability and the faith that the Tongan team have to move the ball around.
Yeah, well, it was pretty ugly, this left side. I mean, it was a cheap takeaway meal on the left-hand side. It's ended up a 5-star dining on the right. I mean, it was to get the try for 22-18. Look, they can go short kickoff. It's not completely over here. Katoa will take his time with the kick. James, you have to come up with the man of the match. I'll give you 20 seconds to come back with an answer. The Kazoo man of the match tonight, as judged by the legend, Mr. James Graham. Not as much pressure on this kick as there was on the previous one for Katoa. This for 24-18. That's the first points of the second half to Tonga. And Katoa this time adds the 2, 6 the difference. Just over a minute remaining. James Graham, your Kazoo man of the match. Who have you got?
Yeah, well, I was asked to make this decision a couple of moments ago, Bussy, and I've got no qualms in saying, even with the Tongan team going on to get the victory, my Kazoo player of the match goes to number 9 for the Cummels, Edwin Pepe. I thought he's had an outstanding game tonight.
Oh, the short kickoff. Not only has it got out on the full, it wasn't going to go the distance. And that was the last roll of the dice for Lachlan Lamb and PNG. But Edwin Pepe, the Kazoo man of the match, had provided one of the highlights after half-time tonight. Superb setting up the try. Tonga, surely they're not going for goal from halfway. That keeps the door open should they miss. They just play out the set. Play out the set and win the game and move on to the next match.
They won't even kick for touch. Just tap the ball, 5 drives in, nice and slow, wind the clock down. And it's the get out of jail free card, Vossi, that they've been offered and they've taken. In my opinion, I thought in chances created, the Cummels can feel hard done by, considering the couple of opportunities that they blew, and then I guess with the video referee decision, could have gone either way.
These two sides in the same group as Wales and the Cook Islands, who we'll see in battle tomorrow night from this World Cup. Here's Fanua Blake. They've done enough to win. You could put an argument that Papua New Guinea had probably done enough to win as well. He took a miraculous try to get the chocolates tonight. Kafusi with it. They're going through the motions in this last set. This will be the last play. Short side Lola here. Katoa's with the ball. It finishes in the hands of the 18-year-old. What a game. The opening match of Tonga and Papua New Guinea. They've put on quite a show. They have taken it right to the wire. But it is Tonga who open their account. But they will know they've had to work bloody hard to get it. Pardon the French. Full time. It is Tonga beating Papua New Guinea by 24 points to 18. James Graham, quick post-mortem on what you've just witnessed there.
Yep, well, St. Helens here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. It's the home of the entertainers. And these two teams certainly provided plenty of entertainment tonight. I thought the Cummels got off to the better of the start, both in the first and second half. But Tonga probably just had too much strike to come away with the victory. But this was a classic Rugby League international game. Coach Christian Wolf will have plenty of work to do. He will not be pleased with that level of performance from the Tongan team. They just allowed the Kumuls to stay alive and fight, and they sure did that.
And what it means in the draw, if you did a little bit of crystal balling right now and England was to finish top of their group, it could be England v PNG come the quarterfinals, as was the case at the last World Cup, and it could be Tonga and Samoa in the other quarterfinal from this side of the draw.
Well, clear your diary for that one, Vossi, because that is one you are not going to miss. Whether you're over in Queensland and you're getting your spray tan, you're over in the north of England, you will not want to miss that. Tune in for sure.
All righty, let's hear from our Kazoo man of the match. Obviously a bittersweet moment. Jenna Brooks, it is all yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vossi. Edwin Apape, congratulations. You are the Kazoo player of the match. No doubt you'd give that back for the win, though.
Yeah, firstly, obviously not the result that we wanted. You know, we came out here, we played our hearts out, and you know, we know that 8 million plus people back home are watching, and you know, you see the effort from our boys. We played to the last minute, so credit to the Tongan boys. They, you know, kept turning up for each other, and yeah, they came up with a try on the end. So yeah, I'm just so glad that my boys played the best that they can tonight.
It was an incredible match for us to watch, but what was it like playing in it?
Yeah, you know, we like I said, we knew it was going to be tough, and we kept turning up for each other, and I thought we dug deep tonight. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to all the fans and all the family watching back home. I just want to pass my regards to everyone in Warakum, Red Ground, who are watching, and in Ley, my family, my wife and my kids watching back in Pom, and all my mom and my brothers and sisters back home. And thank you to all the fans that turned out today. Some of the people here flew all the way from Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, Australia. Obviously, I've got a special guy who traveled from Australia to watch me play, Robin Kawaipa. So yeah, you know, I'm just so grateful that I've got the opportunity to represent my country on this big stage.
Well, congratulations. You are the Kazoo player of the match, and we can't wait to see more of PNG in this World Cup.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks, thank you.
Beautifully spoken. Edwin Apape there. A big thank you list, but the pride of that man and what tonight meant certainly came through in that interview with Jenna. All smiles, Tui Lolohea. There's been some very good individual performances tonight, some big contributions by players in this match. And I can't wait to see them over this tournament. The disallowed tries, there's so many turning points in the match tonight. The Tongan fan, the contingent of Tongan fans, that's going to grow as the tournament goes on and the stakes are a little higher. They may as well keep the face paint on for the whole month. Let's go back on ground with Jenna Brooks, with the man who scored the try that wins it.
Can you just try and talk us through that moment at the end that won this game for Tonga?
Oh, no, it was a bit of a blur. I think it was last tackle when the boys were just throwing the ball around. I was just trying to follow the ball in case something happened, and Siwa put a good kick in. It was perfect, so I was just lucky to be there, and that was a good kick by him, so credit to him. Has
to be one of the tries of your career, right?
Oh yeah, I always dreamt of playing for Tonga, and you know, to score a try, my first World Cup in my first game. You know, I'm very humbled by it, and you know, I'm very grateful that I'm able to have this opportunity here.
Listen, Tonga went into this one as firm favourites, but there were moments throughout that match where it didn't look likely.
Oh yeah, no, we knew that it wasn't going to be an easy game. From the get-go, every sort of hit-up was, you know, you sort of felt the contact from the first minute all the way to the 80th. So, no, it's credit to PNG. You know, they're a great team, and you know, it shows how much they love their football and how much pride they have for the jersey. And we sort of tried to replicate that too. And no, it was good that we got the 2 points.
What would you say was the most challenging aspect of that 80 minutes?
Just staying in the grind. You know, they're fit and they love their football, and you know, they love our second phase. So we just had to sort of stick in a line and stay together, and I thought we did that, and you know, we came away with the win at the end.
Well, congratulations. Go and celebrate this win because it was a mighty big one.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll bring in the head coach, Christian Wolf. That was by far the best game of the World Cup so far. But what were you thinking throughout that 80 minutes?
Oh, look, I thought we made it a bit tough on ourselves at times. Yeah, we've got to be better. We've got a lot more in us. PNG, really good. You know, we knew they'd turn up. We knew they'd be physical. We knew it would be that type of game, but we've got a lot more in us. We need to be better, and we will be better.
You mentioned that 2014, when Tonga played PNG, that was the most difficult game of your Tongan head coaching career. Does this one surpass it?
Look, there were some conditions in that game in 2014 that made it particularly tough. It was 40 degrees, must have been 100% humidity. It was extremely tough. But yeah, we know exactly what to expect from PNG. That's actually the first time Tonga's beaten PNG. And yeah, they're a tough team to play. They play with passion. They did that tonight. As I said, I'm really happy with the way that our blokes found a way to win. That's the sign of a really good side and the sign of a quality side. But we've got to be better, and we will be better.
Where can you be better?
Look, I thought we were a little bit ill-disciplined. I thought we just need to work a bit harder in some parts of the game, and yeah, we got beaten to the jump both halves. They ran a little bit harder. They played a little bit harder at the start of both halves, and we sort of took our time to get into both halves, and that's something that we can't do.
Well, you've praised PNG quite a bit. Who were you most impressed with of your 17?
Oh, the bloke you just spoke to, I thought he was outstanding, Keon. Yeah, played really good minutes, playing 9 there because obviously Saliva-Avilli's injured at the minute and it's not his position, but he did a great job, had a real influence on the game. And if you have a look at the try just before half-time and the try to win the game, he's involved in both of those.
Christian Wolf, this is your final game here at the Totally Wicked Stadium. Will you shed a tear?
No, I'm back next week.
Oh, well, there you go. Will you shed a tear after that one?
Maybe next week, eh?
Christian, thank you so much for talking to us. Big win tonight.
Thank you. Better get you info.
We can bring in the head coach of PNG, Stanley Tepan. Stanley, you didn't get the result, but that was some performance by your boys.
Yeah, well done to Tonga. We'll take a lot out of that game, and hold our heads up. The boys did really well. Yeah, just unfortunate, just came right to the last minute there, so really happy with their performance.
How big of a moment was that Roderick tie no try, and should it have been a try?
Yeah, we thought it was a try, but you know that we respect that decision. Could have gone either way, and but you know, apart from that, I think we had other opportunities in the first half to score a couple of tries, but you know, we'll go back and work harder again for our next game.
Was there anything more that your players could have done tonight?
Man, I think they gave it everything, and that's what we spoke about all week in camp. We you know what the jersey meant, and I think they proved that, and I think the whole country would be happy with the boys' performance and their families and their teammates.
And Edwin Apape was our player of the match. How pleased were you by his performance?
Yeah, Edwin, look, he's a really important part of our team. It's unfortunate we couldn't get the win, but he, you know, this is only the first game, and I hope that he'll get better.
Stanley Tepan, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to the two coaches. Well done, Jen. A very good job on the sideline. We're all taking stock of what we've witnessed there. I mean, bring on more, Tonga, bring on more Papua New Guinea in this tournament. And what you got from those interviews too, respect. And you're seeing that from these shots here. You talk about this World Cup and we talk about the 13 and all together. And I just think tonight's been absolutely brilliant here in St Helens, James.
Absolutely, Vossi. Look at those scenes. There's not many sporting occasions across the globe where players come together after battering one another for 80 minutes of solid, intense collisions. And the players of rugby league of both nations come together as one. It's a pretty special thing to witness, Vossi. It really, really is.
That's hair on the back of the neck standing up moment. That what you just saw there from this World Cup, very special moment. The match won by Tonga 24-18. A reminder, half-time, it was Tonga leading 18-6. The only points Tonga score in the second half is the try with a couple of minutes to go.
Yeah, absolutely, Vossi. And I thought the